ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Team Bahamas back on the field today at the Little League World Series Caribbean Qualifier in Curacao at 2-1. The 2-4-2 playing a Cuba team who scored a 1-1 record. Each team had already lost to Curacao B, so second spot in the group was on the line. This one, though, all about Cuba. They shot out the Bahamas 6-0.
Cuba actually pitched the perfect game against us. And for those that know baseball or softball, that means no hits, no runs, no errors from that team. We were clearly overmatched. And when I say overmatched, I mean the guy was throwing easily about 70 miles an hour from 46 feet. So we've never seen that kind of speed. Even with the tournament earlier this year with the U.S. Virgin Islands, we would have never seen somebody throwing as hard. To prepare my team for that, I had some of the senior boys throwing off of our mound, and it still was not as close as what we just seen just now. So it's a tough loss for the guys. They're still upbeat. They're aware now that we can't advance any further. Even with a tie, Cuba would hold a tie break over us. And so we finish off our pool play tomorrow against Dominican Republic, and we're just going to go there and give it our all.
Mike Sands moving full steam ahead in his new role as president of the North American, Central American, and Caribbean Athletics Confederation. This is the biggest region under the IAAF umbrella. And while Sands is thankful for the support he's received, he knows there's no time to waste.
It was a long battle. I mean, the campaign was very intense. It was very personal. When I say personal, my campaign was focused one-on-one. I took the time to speak to every member federation, and my letters were very personal to every member federation. We already had some preliminary discussions with the members-elect, and we're discussing developing a regional circuit. There's been a lot of talk about it, but we have to bring it to fruition because, as you know, I refer to them as the second-tier athletes in that we don't have all the Shanays and the Stevie Gardners and the Shelley Ann Price Frasers and those persons who will automatically get a lane in the big circuit. And so we want to develop a circuit in this area that would include the Bahamas and Trinidad and Jamaica and all those countries, and of course Central America, where we can have our athletes in this area competing on the circuit.
The Bahamas will be represented by a 4-member swim team at the FINA World Championships in South Korea. The championships are already underway, but the swimming segment doesn't start until this coming Sunday. Jared Fitzgerald, one of those Bahamians who will be on the starting blocks.
I've just been focusing on the fine details, fine-tuning my races and things that I got to work on, things I noticed from nationals, and just things in general I want to see happen in South Korea.
Any personal goals, things you plan to break up?
Yeah, just lowering my best time, getting closer to the Bahamas record, you know.
How's your body feel heading into it?
It feels great. I mean, I can't complain. Nationals went great. Just looking forward to what I can keep doing moving forward.
Obviously, it's a big stage. Have any reservations or maybe nerves heading into it?
No, not really, no. Just looking forward to the experience, to be honest.
On to some tennis news now. Justin Roberts teaming with Jody Mingley from Antigua for first round's doubles action at the ITF's Cancun Cup in Mexico today, taking on the top-seeded team of American Felix Carter and David Fox from Great Britain. There were only 2 breaks in the entire match. However, they both went against Roberts and Mingley, who fell 6-4-4. Now, that was just a couple of days after they won a title together last Saturday. Prior to this match, Mingley had already been on court this morning, losing in the first round of singles. Roberts is scheduled to play his first round singles match tomorrow after winning both of his qualifying round matches yesterday. Still talking tennis, Kevin Major Jr. continuing his stellar play on the USTA circuit in Florida. Coming off a title at the Broward Men's Summer Open in Coral Springs, KJ would lift the championship trophy once again in Miami Beach. The road to victory was a competitive one. Seeded number 1, KJ won over third-seeded Julian Evard 6-4, 3-6, and 11-9 in the semifinals. Now he followed that up in the final with another 3-set win, 6-4, 4-6, and 10-5 for Michael Heller. KJ has been on a tear in Florida with phenomenal success, sporting a record of 43-1. He's also gained some wins this year on the ITF Tour. Jonquil Jones has been named WNBA Eastern Conference Player of the Week for the 4th time this season and for the 7th time in her 3-year career. In 3 games last week, she averaged 16.7 points and 9.3 rebounds per game while shooting 47.5% from the field as the Suns snapped a 5-game losing skid, and now they've won 2 straight. Jones earned the Conference Player of the Week honor June 3rd, 10th, and 17th, becoming the first player in Connecticut Sun franchise history to receive the honor in 3 consecutive weeks. Last week, Jones also named a starter for the AT&T All-Star Game for the 2nd time in her career. The Sun will be back in action on Friday against the Atlanta Dream. The Gladstone Road Liquor Panthers improving to 7-0 in the Government League basketball season with a 91-53 beatdown of the Police Enforcers last night at the AF Valley Gym. The Panthers clawing their way from start to finish. They got 15 points from Adon Charlo, 11 points apiece from Cyril Skinner-Roll and Kenwood Green. Salathiel Donkey Dean, he led the way with 16 points.
We just use this to practice, run our players, try to get some things done for the next team. Been all right. It's a new team. We just formed this team, so it's been all right. Wasn't too bad. We adjusted. We add some pieces. We think will help us to get over the top. We should be all right. We'll be all right. We just come to battle. We can come to war.
They run out of gas. They start to argue amongst themselves. All they have to do is stop arguing, gather themselves, the play go on, go back and play defense. That's all it's requiring.
In the nightcap, this one also a blowout. The Department of Correction challenged with a lopsided win, 82-58 over the Real Deal Rangers. League play will pick back up again tomorrow night. From the minor league baseball diamond, Trent DeVoe, he was 2 for 4 yesterday with a double, 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored in the Arizona League as the Angels got past the Giants 8-6. Deshaun Knowles 2 for 5, a run scored in Orem, 6-5 loss to Idaho Falls. Christian Robinson 1 for 3, a run scored as Hillsborough edged Salem 4-3. Lucius Fox 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored as Montgomery took care of Pensacola 6-2. As for Warren Saunders, he was 1 for 5 as the Gulf Coast Mets won over the Cardinals 11-7. The 6-week-long Click Summer Bowling League back on the lanes last night at Mario's. The Strike Force continuing to lead the way after 4 weeks of play with a 194 average. Crank City right behind in second with a 193 average. The Closers have moved up to third. They got a 185 game last night from Kayla Nixon, and they scored a 191 average. The Straight Shooters rounding out the top 4 with a 189 average. The top bowler last night was Lee Davis of the Advocates, a 234 high game and a 594 set. Earl Pratt of the Spartans, he had a 225 game and a 561 set. The Bahamas Fly Football League's 2019 season, all history now. The Paradise Games Wildcats repeated as champions in the ladies division. They were able to put an up-and-down season behind them. The Wildcats finally got it together when it mattered the most, and they capped it all off for the win over the Centerville Caribbean Liquor Hawks, who came up just a bit short of their ultimate goal.
We have a strong defense, and we relied on the defense first to set the tone. Offensively, we just picked what they gave us. We capitalized on our opportunities.
We lost so many of our key members from last year. It was totally rebuilding, so we sort of expected to eventually play well. But these guys came together. We had some veterans with championship pedigree, and they led the whole year.
It's our 4th time to the championship. I hated having to watch it from the sideline this year, but I'm still very much involved with the team, and I'm so proud of these girls. This is one of the best teams I think I've seen in the past 4 years.
We've had injuries, pregnancies. This season has been rough in terms of losing players to those things. However, as you can tell, they were on our sideline. They were rooting behind us even though they couldn't touch the field.
The team that makes the least mistakes normally come out with the victory, and we keep, shooting ourselves in the foot, and, stuff happens, we end up allowing 1 or 2 persons, to get behind us, and, we paid for it.
Like the Wildcats, the 7th seed Predators also celebrating after winning back-to-back titles in the men's division. As for the Avengers, they were 1 win away from spoiling the Avengers' perfect season, and it was definitely an opportunity missed.
It was a long, drawn-out season, but I told them every game, come out, focus, and just focus on that game. And that's what they did. They came out and they focused, and they did a heck of a job.
We believe and trust in our brother. Just like in our chan, We is our brother's keeper. We leave it all on the field. We go in hard. We end hard. All day, every day.
I feel as though we put a good game together. Us and the coaches, the offense and the defense. The defense really hold out for us today, the offense. We did a good job, but in the end, we just fell short, you know.
That's a look at sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.